Hello. Hello. I'm just going to I'm not sure how to actually. I was thinking I might try and share this on my page, but I don't know how. So maybe I won't. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Yep, that's what I want to do. So hello if you're just joining. Hello. We're going to be talking about the 6 human needs in just a minute. If you're joining, say hello, so that I know that you're there. I'm just down by the river in Putney, which is very nice, super pleasant. It's it's actually quite a nice evening, although it's a tiny bit cold, but that's probably a good thing because normally I go on for about half an hour, so you won't have to deal with me for half an hour. Hello. I've got 5 people and I don't know who you are. I'm not sure who's here. So hello to the people. And I have no idea how to share this on my business page, so I'm just not going to. Hello Tony, nice to see you. Hello Carl. Okay, so we're going to be talking about 6 human needs. What are the 6 human needs? Well, this is a Tony Robbins construct. He based it on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which was 5 human needs. But before I get into that, I feel like I want to show you the river because it's really pretty. It's gorgeous. Look at this. This is my hood. I'm so lucky. Yeah, it's quite mild. As you can see, I don't have a jacket on here, so it's quite pleasant. It's really quite mild. So 6 human needs. If you saw the post the other day, they are certainty, variety, connection, significance, growth and contribution. So if you look at the first 4, they're needs of the personality. Hey Seb, how are you doing, Seabass? Needs of the personality, and the last 2 being growth and contribution are the needs of the spirit. Okay, so if we look at them in pairs, you've got certainty and variety. So those 2 are they're a paradox, right? So if you've got, you want to have them in balance. I mean, certainty, that's your need to, oh wow. That's the rowing. I don't know if you could hear that at all. That's the rowing. So between certainty and variety, like if you think about it, if you had complete certainty, you could have complete certainty by being in a 6 foot by 6 foot by 6 foot cell, and having your same meal every day and your same meal time every day, and then life would be a bit boring. So that's too much certainty. Excuse the rowing. Interrupting my live. How rude. And if you had too much variety, so too much uncertainty, that could be too much change, too much upheaval. And perhaps, if you look at in the case of, say, a homeless person, not knowing where they're going to sleep that night, not knowing where their next meal is coming from, this sort of thing. So that would be a case of too much variety. So those 2 are paradox. And then if you look to the next 2, so you've got love and connection and significance. Okay, so significance is, if you like, oh hey Suze, how are you? Significance is the need for pride, for importance, being worthy of love. And love and connection is feeling connected to other people, wanting to protect them. Obviously, what you feel with your family, if you've got a healthy family relationship. And those 2 can be in a paradox as well. Hey, Brandon. Because if you've got too much independence, then you can obviously be taking yourself away from people that you love. But you need to have that in balance as well. So these can manifest in positive or more negative ways. So if we look at significance, for example, for that to be, hey Suze, for that to be manifested in a negative way, that could be if you were, say, gossiping, chirping. Oh yes, I've got lots of birds around. Thanks, Jodie. They're quite pleasant. So if for significance, if you were gossiping too much or boasting too much, this sort of thing, or you had perhaps too much pride in yourself, that could be a negative way of significance coming out. Hey, Brandon! But then a positive way of significance coming out could be in your personal leadership, in volunteering, in taking responsibility, in becoming a specialist in your field. That's a positive way for significance to come out. And then if we look at, so with love and connection, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. People are going to get love and connection no matter what. They will find a way. So at the lowest end of the scale, obviously, people can kind of go out on the pull to get some connection. Or perhaps they might, and then actually, no, that's significance. Another negative way of being significant is for people telling sob stories about themselves to try and get attention. That's another. But a negative way of getting connection, getting drunk, going out on the pull, that sort of thing. Or in, perhaps even more sinister ways that we won't go into. But we do need love and connection, and people deny that in themselves. They can wind up very unhappy and having to fill it in other ways. So, very important. But then if we go to growth and contribution, now normally you won't be looking at meeting growth and contribution until you've got the first four met. So, just show you a little bit of the background there. So if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, for example, or you're not sure whether your job is safe, if your marriage is unstable, you're unlikely to be wanting to really contribute to others during a time like that. And you're unlikely to be reading so much personal development when your home life is unstable. So once you've kind of got things in place, you've got systems in place, and you have an understanding of what meets your needs, you can move into growth and contribution. Another thing to realise is that with addiction, particularly important, if an addiction, if a thing or a person meets any three of those needs, it's very easy for it to become an addiction. Okay, so if you think about somebody and Tony Robbins uses this example, somebody in an area with, say, high gun crime. If they get a gun and they point it at somebody's head, how much certainty do they have that they're going to get a reaction? And how much variety do they have because they don't know what's going to happen next? Are they connected to that person whose gun they have a head to? Yeah, obviously, whose head they have a gun to, rather. How significant are they in that person's life? 0 to 10. They're a 10 because they've got their lives in their hands. So people will find ways of meeting those needs. Like whether it's healthy or not. So if you look at things in your life that are perhaps a little bit unhealthy, just think, what need is this meeting for me? Okay, if I think for myself, I get a lot of my certainty from food. So I'm gluten-free and I'm dairy-free, and I'm really anal about food. If I'm going on holiday somewhere, the first thing I pack is my food. So I will take like little soya tasty protein bars, probably some vegan protein shake, and my supplements. And I will always take that on holiday with me. Although I didn't when I went to New Zealand, and I was quite proud of myself for managing to leave it all at home. But we're all getting, our certainty or our variety or our significance or all that sort of thing. We're all getting it from somewhere. Just examine how you're getting it right now and whether that's healthy or whether that could change. But let me know if you've got any questions, please, below. If this has been helpful to you in any way, please give me a like, please share, and please let me know. Feel free to PM me if you don't feel comfortable dropping a comment, but it's nice because other people can learn from your questions as well, or your comments, and we can all learn from each other. So it's a little bit chilly right now. I feel like that's probably enough on the topic. So yeah, I will say au revoir and have a lovely evening. Thanks very much for coming. Bye.